Shyness. Shyness is challenging. Shyness can prevent your progression. If you are a creative who doesn't have a salaried position but requires hustle to progress, to get contracts, commissions, collaborations, well, you need to hustle. And shyness, fear of talking to others, a fear of talking publicly, a fear of talking about one's work, this is going to stop the progression. It's really going to handicap what you're doing. Having shyness is not going to work. And I used to be extremely shy. Let me tell you a story, an example of how shyness held me back when I was music video directing in my 20s. So I experienced a fair amount of success quite quickly in my early 20s as a music video director. I didn't have to try that hard. I was just in the right place at the right time, and I went for it. And within a few years, I worked with the band Marilyn Manson. That was one of the biggest things I did at the time, is I directed Marilyn Manson's first music video. I don't think the video has aged that well, but still, it was something. I was from Canada. I needed a working permit, and I only had a 6-month working permit, so I had to leave the country. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go to London, because at the time, there was some incredible electronic music coming out, specifically Chemical Brothers, Left Field, Underworld. These were the bands I wanted to work with. But most of all, I really wanted to work with the band, the Prodigy. Firestarter had just come out, and to me, this was the most incredible song. And I thought, I need to work with the Prodigy. I'm moving to London. And I moved to London, and, well, guess what happened? I had just moved there, and I was waiting for the bus in the middle of the night in Soho. Guess who I saw walking down the road? The Prodigy. And you can imagine, like, wow, this is incredible. The Prodigy, they're in front of me. So did I go up to them and did I say, hey, I'm Rod Chong. I just moved here from LA. I do dark, intense music videos, and I specifically moved here because I want to work with you. This is me. Did I say that? Well, the answer is no. I did not go up to them. I just stood there frozen, and they walked past, and I watched them walk down the road. Shyness. A doorway, a potential doorway presented itself to me. And who knows, if I went up to them, maybe nothing would have happened. Maybe they would have not been interested. Maybe the conversation would have gone anywhere. I don't know. But it definitely was pretty interesting that I moved to London to work with the Prodigy, and I had the opportunity to meet them very quickly. But nope, didn't talk to them. Shyness. Shyness stopped me from talking to the Prodigy. It took a while for me to realize that there was an issue. It was actually my wife. I was married for a long time when I lived in London. And she pointed out to me that the Rod that she knew at home was very different than the Rod that she knew out in the world. Out in the world, I was very quiet. I didn't talk to anyone. I had this wall around me. I didn't speak to anyone. And I was so quiet. This is where I started to see that I needed to work on myself, that there was a wall around me, and I had this sense of separateness built in. And I needed to understand, well, why? Why did I feel separate all the time? What was that about? What caused that? I realized that it was my childhood experiences that caused the separateness to come in, this feeling of separateness. I was a small, unathletic Asian kid. This was not an easy experience in the playground. And this led to this feeling of separateness to arise in me. So I had to work through that. And I had to heal from those experiences. And slowly, the shyness has gone away. As I have healed more, that sense of separateness has slowly gone away. And I become more community focused. So that's my first insight for you. If you're shy, you need to think about, why are you shy? Where did this feeling first start happening? Do you have any memories where you felt disempowered and that started to become the template by which you worked from, where you couldn't talk to people? Where did that start happening? So if you're shy, it's likely there's some healing that needs to happen. Now, it's worth noting that shy people and introverts and quiet people are often one and the same. And sometimes I get irritated at extroverts because it's the extroverts who tend to write the rules of social engagement. They're the ones, it's the extroverts who want you, the introvert, to act like them. Be happy and loud and filling the room with your voice and filling the room with your personality. And it's those who do that who get the attention. And it's those who do that who get the opportunities and the interests and the accolades. And this is difficult for the quiet, still people. But that's just the world we live in. The loud people, the emblazoned, the bold people, those are the ones that often get the attention and the opportunities. So we have to work with that. You have to be authentic to who you are, your natural template as a person. But that said, if there's fear and hurt inside of you that's causing you to be shy, to wall yourself off from people, as was the case with myself, well, then there's healing that needs to happen. Now, I grew up in a quiet immigrant household. I learned many great lessons from my parents, work ethic especially. But what I did not learn was social skill and how to be fluid in social situations. And I've just had to work on that. And I didn't shy away from social situations. I would go to dinner parties. I would actively try and learn about the art of conversation. And I work to become a well-rounded person who can converse in a wide variety of subjects and is genuinely interested in a wide variety of subjects. So this is something else to look at, is social skill, the art of conversation. This is something unto itself that one can become good at as such. But there's something beautiful about being able to connect with people from a wide variety of backgrounds. And we're not wanting to connect with people because it's good for our careers. That's not a good place to be working from. No, being able to connect with humanity across cultures, across backgrounds, this is the place to find in oneself. And I hope that this is what you're thinking about. You are wanting to grow, you're wanting to evolve. That's why you're watching this YouTube video. If you're shy, that means you're separating yourself from others. And if you can connect to the beauty of community, the beauty of humanity and culture, then you're going to be a more open person naturally. You're not going to be a closed person. And just being open is going to slowly melt away these tendencies of separateness and shyness. And it also comes down to growth, self-growth as a person. We're looking at just connection between us and others and the beauty of this. That's another way to open up and melt away the shyness. Now, there's one thing that I've been working on that I don't avoid, and I try and reach into a discomfort level and work through, and that is social anxiety. I really don't like partying. I don't drink. I'm not a hedonist at all, and I am very focused on my progression. But it has to be said, I've had to recognize that there's definitely been some level of social anxiety that comes up at parties. And I've had to figure out how to hack this, how to dissipate this, because you have to go to weddings, you have to go to conferences, you have to go to mixers, you have to go out to client dinners, and it's helpful that you can enjoy it and you can bring a positive vibe to these situations. So I've had to really work through that. And one way that I hacked myself and this whole system was that I curate parties and I have my own community and groups of people that I invite to the parties that I work on at Race Service. I even curate dinner parties in my home. I bring the people to me. I put on big birthday parties for myself and I curate those experiences for my friends and community. And this is the way that I've been working through the last vestiges of social anxiety and shyness that still exists in me. So we don't want things inside of us that are holding back the progression. What you can't do is just sit in your comfort zone. Say, I'm shy, I don't get along with people, I'm going to isolate myself. There's going to be opportunities that don't happen for you, that just go right past you because of your personality and your blocks. Continuing to expose yourself to the thing that you don't like, to the block, to your fear, over time, you'll become normalized. You won't be afraid. Your shyness will start to go away. And you won't be held back by yourself. So, to conclude, think about why you're shy. Think about where these feelings first surface. Feel like why you need to separate yourself from people. Think about why do you place other people up on a pedestal and you're afraid to talk to other people. You're going to have to work through that. Some healing is going to be needed. Also, stay in your introverted nature. Being a still person can work. I hope that's helped you, those shy people that are watching this. And please like and subscribe as always. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.